Straight over there, along that wood line, is where the hogs were doing all that damage in the drone footage. Right there. Who always puts it in reverse when you're changing it to 4-wheel drive to make sure it locks in? I do it every time. I don't know why. I guess I've seen my dad do it, so now I do it. Anyway, welcome back to the channel, guys. It is Tuesday, April the 19th. And as you saw in the video I put out today, we're extremely wet. I got Dad. He's just dropped him off. He's going to bring, that's the planter that Philip was running. We're going to bring it to the shop and we're going to go through it and get it cleaned up. And then let James go ahead and grease it like he did the other planter yesterday. What else do we have on the list today? I know I'm gonna get the J&M rolling basket. It's got a, I'm gonna change the tongue on it. Number one, it's got a really small hole where the regular pin for the tractors, they won't fit in it. We have to get a bolt every time. I'm gonna cut off the clevis part and just make it a single tongue. Anyway, you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. But that's what I'm gonna be doing. James is gonna be greasing the planter. Mark, I got a couple of things for him to do. I got a lot of totes that I got just a little bit of material in, and I need to combine them into one. And also the depth totes, same thing. Got two of them. One needs to be poured into the other one. So anyway, long story short, Mark will be pouring up some chemical today. That's all I know right now, but I'm sure we'll have a full day of work, so y'all just sit back and let's get this video started. And there's Wayne. He is on roundup duty. Alright, here is the J&M rolling basket, and the problem with the tongue is, number one, the regular pin that fits in our tractors, as you can see, is way bigger than the hole. So what I'm going to do is, most of the time our tractors are set up like this. They have the clevis on it, so this will not work with a clevis on there. So what I got to do is I got to cut this bottom piece off. I'll torch it off right here, and then I'll take this piece, lay it on top, and just weld it really good right here. And then the next step is to cut a hole big enough for that pin, and then basically you'll have just a single flat piece of iron right here that'll fit right in between there. And then you'll just drop the pin in it and you're good to go. I know some of you are going to say, well, if you do that, then how are you going to pull it behind the disc? And that's why they have it set up like this, to pull in tandem. So your disc will be right here, tractor, disc, and then this would hook to the back of the disc. But long story short, we've been down that road, we've done it before, and all our fields are not perfectly square, and we just wasted more time when I had the disc and the rolling basket hooked up together, getting in little corners, and we would be leaving stuff off in corners, and then we've been spending too much time trying to turn around and stuff. So on our farm, it makes more sense just to run this by itself. We'll run a disc with the tractor, and then if we have to hook a tractor to this to come behind it, that's what we'll do. That's just the way it works on our farm, but that is why I'm gonna be cutting this off and redoing it to hook up to that. All right, y'all got it. Now, torch, welder, let's get to work. Alright, here's what I got. The piece right here I cut off, if you saw in the video. This was right here. Anyway, I cut this off. And the original plan was to put it up on top of this and just use this hole that's already in there to, anyway, lay that piece on top and then weld it. But when I laid it on top, there was about that much gap. About an inch gap. That was not going to butt up to this part, so I wasn't going to add another little piece in there and then weld that piece to this and that piece to that, and that's just, that to me didn't seem very strong. So what we got now, went and found a 4-inch piece, flat iron. I've got my hole cut, pin goes in there good. Probably should have tacked this up before I started doing all the torching, but I had it clamped pretty good, so anyway, I just went ahead and torched the hole out. The only thing left to do now is to weld. We'll weld a bead right here, we'll weld down here, and then the last thing I'm gonna do is make a little brace right here on each side, some kind of little triangle brace, just to give it some kind of support. And then I gotta clip this in to make it round. Ooh, that's hot. Y'all see that? Anyway, make it round just like that. And then it's done.
Alright, Mark, I'm gonna tilt it a little more.
You know what you're doing?
Nope.
Huh?
Pouring up juice.
What we're doing is I had a couple of shuttles like this that just had like 50 gallons in it. Anyway, we're trying to get rid of these and make more room and pour them all back into one. What kind of shady deals are y'all making?
Selling my winch.
Huh?
Selling my old winch. Went on my truck.
Alright, now let's get back to weld. All right, guys, here it is, the finished product, and don't look too hard because I could have taken a lot of time on this, but anyway, we are done, and I'm not a professional welder. But I added a little gusset right there, give it a little strength on both sides. That's what I did at the end. I cut a piece of flat iron and made a little triangle right there to give it a little strength. I feel like it needed something right here because it would have just been a flat piece sticking out. But anyway, that's what it is. Got a little brace right there, same thing on the other side. And anyway, got it welded all the way up around. Went overkill on the weld right there, so don't look at that too hard either. But anyway, that is the finished. Now we'll be able to hook right up to it, drop the big pin in there, and get to plowing or rolling.
All right. Two little gussets like that.
Huh?
That looks good. That looks good.
Think that'll work?
I think it'll work.
I'll tell you what it feels like when Dad comes and looks at a project that I've been working on to give me the approval, the thumbs up or thumbs down. You know, when you're at the dentist and they get through cleaning your teeth, and then you wait and you wait, and then the doctor comes in there and he checks over what the nurse did and made sure she did a good job or didn't leave anything off and nothing's wrong. That's what I feel like when Dad's looking at it. He's, you know, doesn't say much, and he kind of just pokes around, you know how the doctor kind of just does with that little thing, and then he's, all right, good. That's about all I get. But anyway, I think he liked it. He gave me the thumbs up, I think he did. Like that. Sounded good. Alright, looks like it's doing good. Hasn't fallen off yet. That's a good sign. I guess I'll go ahead and take loose from it because we do not need to use this anytime soon. So we'll take it out here in the equipment lot and we'll take loose. Looks good. Okay, that's enough. See ya. Corn just can't catch a break right there. Yeah, grief, that's perfect. What's next on the list is we're gonna take this trailer, my chemical trailer, we're gonna take it back to the shop, so we'll gather up everything and just make sure it's not gonna fall off because we're just going across the road. But what I'm taking it to the shop for, number one, to restock everything, fill it back up with what we need. Number two is this bore saw. I've never gotten the bore saw in 250-gallon totes. I usually get them in 2.5-gallon jugs like this. But this year they are offering it in shuttles. And ever since I've been pumping out of this shuttle, the pump, I'm not sure if the pump is not working right or what, but anyway, when it comes out the end right here, it is just barely coming out. I mean, it takes me forever to pump out, you know, 20 gallons or whatever. So I'm not real sure if the pump is going bad, if I got an issue there, or is it the issue with the bore saw. If you've never poured bore saw is really thick. I mean, it's not quite as thick as like syrup, but it's pretty daggum close. So I'm not sure if it just can't suck it out of this shuttle, you know, fast enough because it's so thick and it's just not flowing through there, through the hoses and through the pump and all the way out the end just because of the thickness of the bore saw. So what I'm gonna do, long story short, what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take it to the shop, we're gonna get this shuttle off, and I'm gonna take a 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with water. We'll stick that in the 5-gallon bucket of water, and basically we'll run water through the pump and see how fast it's pumping. Because if the pump is working right, the water should flow through there pretty quick. So we'll figure it out real quick once we get to the shop. But that is what we're doing. So let's get all this tied up and get it to the shop. All right, guys, I was going by the wheat field in the valley. I thought I would drop in and let y'all take a look at it and see how it's coming along. It is growing really fast right now. It is already headed out, as you can see. And anyway, it looks good. This is the wheat we planted with the grain drill. You can't even hardly see the rows anymore, but they went this way. Well, you can barely see them. But this will be the grain drill test plot. Airplane just put fungicide out on it. We did Top Guard, regular Top Guard, 12 ounces to the acre, and we threw a non-onyx surfactant in there with it. So she's had the fungicide. That'll be the last shot of anything that we put on the wheat. Next thing that will be done will be harvest it. So hopefully it'll be a good yield. Wheat has kind of been iffy this year. Hadn't really looked great till like right now. So I don't know. We won't know till we get the combine out here. But I like the way it looks right now, I can tell you that. I didn't earlier in the year. So there's the wheat. You dropped the bag.
I know, I saw it.
Huh?
That's why I stopped.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna top Phillips top his planter off with seed. This is a variety he was planting, the BH 8660 BH genetic seed. This is the last of the variety that we have. So as you can see, the rats are starting to get into it. So we're gonna go ahead and put them in the hopper.
Huh?
How you splitting it up?
Do a bag every 2.
What are you doing?
Fixing a broom.
I know, but what are you marking?
Put duct tape around it so that clamp will squeeze it tight.
With the PVC handle?
Nice and light. Try it out. Got us a broom now.
Gotta hook the battery up. We need some power. Now, as you can see, this baby is pumping pretty good. Now this is how it normally does when I'm doing Roundup or every other chemical that I've used that pump with. That's about normal, about how fast it is supposed to pump. Well, like I said, this is fresh water coming out of that bucket. All right. Well, that tells me that there's nothing wrong with the pump. I don't know. Y'all tell me in the comments if y'all have ever pumped Borsol out of a 250 gallon tote and had trouble with it not pumping fast. That's the only thing I can think of is that it's just so thick. It's just having a hard time keeping itself completely primed, I guess, to go through all these hoses. Nothing wrong here. That is good to go. Transferring more chemical, Borsol into Borsol. Show y'all how thick it is. don't know if you can tell. It just looks like syrup. That's just gravity flowing out of there, and that's how slow it's coming out. Well guys, that's going to be the end of the video. We're going to keep doing some stuff around here the rest of the afternoon. So we're out of time on this video. So we will catch y'all on the next one. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you don't mind, give me a thumbs up if you like the video. Really helps out our channel when you do stuff like that. And if you want to share it, you got any friends or something you think would like the channel, just hit the little share button and help our channel grow. And if you want to subscribe where you get notified every time I put a video out, like today was kind of a surprise video. Usually they've been going out on Wednesday. Click that notification bell, you'll get a bell, a ring, and it'll let you know Triple R Farms just put a video up. Otherwise guys, we will catch you on the next one. See ya.